Hello everybody, and welcome to Sneaky Ninja. This is an early build of this game. It's actually being kickstarted right now. This game is in development, and the reason I'm showing it to you right now is because I actually met with the head designer and coder in person. He came to our college. He's actually a friend of a friend there, and he gave us all sort of early builds of the game, and I wanted to show it off because it really is kind of a cool concept. If you like games, stealth games like Mark of the Ninja, and you like platformers like Rayman Origins or Mario, it's got a lot of appeal from both of those genres, and I think you guys may like it. Their Kickstarter has less than a week left, and they still have quite a bit to raise, but regardless of that fact, I think it's a cool project, and I think you guys might too. If you do, maybe tell your friends, spread the word about it. That's, probably the most important thing they could get right now. And, give it a look. If you can support it, definitely do so. But, I'll let the game speak for itself, and I'll just sort of play through and show you what it's like. So we'll start off with the tutorial, Ninja 101. We'll learn some of the fundamentals, and from there we'll just go through. This build of the game just has the tutorial and then 2 levels, one for more of the stealth gameplay and then one for more of the platforming. So right here we're just going to learn the essentials. So like I said, it's got a lot of the feel of games like Rayman Origins. It's got, wall jumping and sliding around, and it's more smooth and kind of high speed than say Mark of the Ninja was. So I like that a lot. I think it's got a really nice style. It's not as sort of firm in like its platforming gameplay, but it definitely feels a lot more crisp and free and flowing, I guess. I don't know the best way to describe it, but I hope that makes sense when I say that. It's very satisfying and smooth the way that you control around. And for how early it is, the game really does feel good to play. I've got to say that, and I'm being honest when I say that it does feel very refined. It's got a lot of mechanics in it already. The stealth works well. It's actually effective, and I feel like it's really tough to do that in a stealth game. Like, a lot of the time it's just so easy to make a stealth game that can end up being more frustrating than anything else, but this one really, I think, succeeds with making it challenging without making it too unforgiving, and I think that fits very well for like a more family-friendly game. And that's another thing to touch on, is that this, there's no throat slitting, there's no crazy dark atmospheres to the game. It's just sort of this nice family-friendly alternative to stealth gameplay, which is cool because I mean it's an awesome genre, and to see that sort of implementation of it where it's got a more cartoony feel to it is nice to see. So right there we got to the end of the tutorial. Each level ends with that gong ringing, which is pretty neat. I like that feature a lot, and I hope they maybe implement like a mini game, kind of like see Yoshi's Story or Kirby at the end. If you time it right, you can get some bonuses, or different bonuses depending. But yeah, so we'll jump right into the first level, and right here they introduce the magic meter. You have a couple different stealth abilities that you can do. Some of them are universal to characters, and then some of them are unique to characters. So you've got clicking on torches to put them out. That kind of puts areas in the dark so that enemies can't see you as easily. You can teleport through solid objects or into cover. You can temporarily stop time for everything but you. And then for Shoji, the sensei, you can transform into a bush, hide in plain sight, even if there's not any cover. And then for Miyu, you can create a decoy and distract enemies to maybe get them away from a treasure chest that you want to get to but don't want to get detected doing it. So, a lot of variety in each character. It doesn't matter which character you choose, and you can kind of play each one and see what playstyle matches best with your preferences. And these two, Taro and Kaida, they each have sort of stealth charge abilities. Tero's ability is like a log substitution, so if he gets hit in combat, if he gets detected and somebody hits him, he'll actually substitute himself with a log, go into the shadows, and he has like a couple seconds to escape the situation, so it's really helpful if things get hairy. And then for Kaida, I think his charge ability is that instead of just one projectile, if he fully charges a projectile shot, he'll actually shoot 2. So that's pretty cool. So he's got a little more close of a connection than the other characters with these sub-weapons, which I'll show off right here. So we've got the bow, shurikens, rocks, all these different things. So these are kind of basic ranged weapons. The rock is more non-lethal, made for causing distractions. You've got bombs, causing big explosions, smoke bombs, tacks you can put on the ground and hurt enemies or slow them in their tracks. Say if they're chasing you or something, that's a good evasion tactic. Sleeping darts are another non-lethal thing you can use. You've got sticky bombs, which are like, I guess, proximity in a way. You've got the katana, which if you're just sneaking up behind enemies is pretty good. I'm actually gonna put the katana in there. We'll do some of the bombs, and the smoke bomb's just good for getting enemies out of your hair or sneaking through an area, because it covers the area, a large area with a thick smoke. So yeah, those are the sub-weapons that they have right now. There may be more, I'm not sure, but for right now, this is a pretty good variety, and I think our loadout's pretty good. So we'll play Kaida for now. You saw a little bit of Tero. You didn't really see his substitution, but if you look on the Kickstarter page, they do have a trailer for the game, and they do show off each of the different abilities that each character has, so that's pretty neat. Right here, Sensei just tells us that the samurai are too strong to take on directly. This is a stealth game. If you go in guns blazing, then you're probably gonna have a bad time. You can do, you know, tricky little stealth kills like that, and right there you just saw Kaida's special ability. If you fully charge a shot, it sends out 2 arrows instead of 1, so that's pretty neat. And I think I mentioned before, when enemies die, they do leave a corpse, but it's not as grisly, you know, as one might think. It's actually just their helmet, so that's pretty fun. Right here we got 2 guys patrolling. I'm gonna wait until the first one goes by, and then we'll take the second one. Just pop them right in the middle there. And that's the nice thing, is if you do stealth takedowns, then the helmets are automatically disappear. And that's not just for cover. If you sneak up behind an enemy just out in the open and you stealth kill him, then it'll get rid of his helmet as well. So yeah, it's cool how many environmental set pieces are interactive. You can jump in the bushes and wells, in trees, all sorts of stuff, and you'll see that as we play here. It's really better if I let the game speak for itself. It's got a lot of really cool stuff going on. But yeah, it's funny, like the stealth kills aren't, you know, slitting a guy's throat like, say, Mark of the Ninja would have. You've got more stuff like putting their helmet over their head so they can't see, and then bopping them, jumping on their head. So we got a little suspicious there when we unlit the torch. You can do that again here. Gets more suspicious, goes to check it out. Oh, no! He's coming to us. Alright, so now that we're detected, if you hide in a hiding spot, they'll still slash at you and they can still damage you. So if you're hiding, you can't necessarily escape an enemy just sitting in one spot. You have to sort of evade them, at least until they lose track of you eventually. And this game is a little more, I'd say, forgiving than your average stealth game, which fits because it is meant to be played by really anyone. So I think, and I mean, even by that, you know, going further off of that, I like that aspect because, I mean, sometimes stealth games can be really unforgiving, and this one is a nice alternative because, you know, it never feels, you know, to the point where it gets frustrating. Getting caught is, you know, never too horrible, and maybe I'm being unfair to other stealth games. Honestly, like, I never really had a problem with that with Mark of the Ninja. There's some really great stealth games out there, but, you know, say a game like, I don't know, sometimes Dishonored, if you were trying to do like a no detection run, could be a little frustrating because it felt so trial and error and you were doing so much quick saving, quick loading. this game doesn't really chastise you as much about things like that, and I appreciate that, I guess is the point I'm trying to make. So yeah, this guy can't see us from as far away since we got rid of that torch. It's also, for some reason, stuck on top of the well. Let's just sleep dart him. So he takes a nap there. We'll jump in here. Let him sleep in the well. Alright, let's go a little more lethal in a sec here. I wonder if I can throw these. Let's put that out. Alright, now they're suspicious. One just jumped down a pit. I will say that they're still working out some of the pathfinding. Sometimes enemies will just hop straight into a body of water or something like that. Both those guys just did. So this area isn't quite as threatening as others, but yeah, like that pool of water we were in a little while ago. Like if you hop over that pool of water and an enemy's chasing you, he'll run straight into the water and drown himself. So it's a tactic. It's a feature. But yeah, the game is early, so I'm pretty sure before long they'll have things like that, you know, exploits like that fixed so that enemies are a little smarter, a little more effective, and a little tougher to outrun. So, but yeah, again, with the environmental interactivity, using the ivy to actually hide yourself inside of it, I think is a really cool touch here. So just get some more loot here, stock up on our stuff. So we'll jump up here. And even with vines hanging down from the ceiling, you can hop up here, hide that way. And you see this guy's got a key on him. So if we jump down, pickpocket him, jump back up, we can then free the villagers without having to alert the guy. Or we can set some sticky bombs and see how this turns out. Oh, wait, maybe I have to trigger them. Hold on. Patience. That is something too that I like, is that this game is more deliberate and kind of slow-paced than your average platformer. So we'll throw a bomb. Whoops, that was a little too far. Oh, we got him. I'm not here. Maybe it wasn't the effect I was looking for. Alright, let's just free these guys. Maybe he'll blow up now. Nope! Oh! Do I have to trigger them? Oh, I got them back. Whatever. Maybe they're duds. Alright. Actually, if you do alert enemies, that's something that's kind of cool that I didn't mention, is that you can't, let me drink my health potion so I don't die here. If you just shoot at them, point blank, they can deflect your arrows like that guy just did there. And I think that's really neat, is that enemies are reactive. If they do know you're there, if you're being stealthy and effective, like, they're not gonna see your attacks coming, but if they know you're there, then they are good enough to actually dodge or deflect your attacks. So I like that quite a bit. Oops. Oh gosh. Things are getting a little hectic now. Just gonna stay here till it's safe. Maybe throw down a bomb. There you go, guys. Ah, yes. I think you can actually use projectiles on your explosives and detonate them that way if you don't want to wait for them to time out or tick down. I'm not sure though. Let's see if I can do that. I'm not great at that, so I'm just gonna say that right now, but we'll see. No. Oh well, we got the archer there, so we don't have to worry about him. He just toss his helmet off here so nobody else can see it. It's pretty much just this guy. Oh, we still have him. Okay. Boop. Nope. I guess he's... Huh. That's weird. I guess his collision's not working. Yeah, it's understandable. We'll just keep going. It didn't happen. He's fine. He's just traumatized because we've killed so many of his friends. He's just hiding in the corner. Alright, let's get around here. Oh! Oh! not to fall down cliffs. Let's see if we can kind of get through this quickly. Oh. Down. So yeah, I'm not great at stealth games. I'll make that clear right off the bat, if you couldn't tell. So right here we got our checkpoint. If we die, then we'll at least come back somewhere safe right there. That guy out. And then you can do more straightforward kills with the katana, which is nice. Oh gosh. It's okay. It's okay, I got my swig off. So those health potions are useful. Useful for people who are bad at not being caught like me. Ah! Some acrobatic prowess right there. Alright. Let's get the hell out of here. Woo! And that's the end of the level. Maybe not the stealthiest, but that gives you kind of an idea of the gameplay. So yeah. There's only one level left now, the platforming level. This goes a little more deeply into jumping around and avoiding obstacles, all that good stuff. So let's play... Ooh, I don't know, let's play Mew, because why not? So here we are. These two, I just want to say these two in previous builds, because they're updating the game through Steam, which is pretty nice to anyone who has early builds of the game. So you get quick and convenient updates, which I think is really nice. But yeah, these two levels, the one we just finished and this one we're on right now, used to be a single level. So it's kind of nice that they broke them down into more bite-sized chunks, because I mean it's just, it allows you to kind of get used to the different mechanics, you know, one at a time rather than having to take it all at once. Oh no. Yeah, I'm not great at the platforming section. Sometimes when you're jumping off of the ivy, it can be a little sensitive and you end up actually jumping straight into brambles, which is not fun. Oh! Ooh! Barely saved myself there. But what I'm just trying to show off here is actually, you know, there's a lot of different paths through the levels, and taking different routes will, you know, have different rewards. Maybe one path might be easier for you than another, and I really think that's cool that they're keeping a more open level design. I think it really benefits the gameplay a lot. So let me see if I can go back through this section, because there's actually some gold here. And gold doesn't do anything right now. I think I mentioned that before, I'm not sure. But it's good to get, you know, get the OCD going. Gotta collect everything. The completionist in me cannot speak for one, and for the other has to get all the coins even though they don't do anything. Anyways, yeah, so that shows you a couple different paths through the levels, and that's really nice, is that the level design is pretty open. You can take a couple different paths through, kind of plot your course. If you don't want to go one way, you can maybe check out another section of the level and see if it's a little easier for you. So that's a look at Sneaky Ninja. You know, very early, like I said, but if it interests you at all, if you want to see more on this game, definitely follow them. I think they've got a Facebook page, they've got, you know, their Kickstarter page. I mean, you can find everything from the Kickstarter page, so I'll just link that in the description below and you guys can check it out from there. You'll watch the trailer, it'll show you some of the special abilities better than I could. It's a cool game, you know, check it out. Give them support, they're cool guys, they're very nice. I talked to the developer, I've been kind of emailing him back and forth, and that's why I was making this video, is I just want to support them if I can, and I thought that, you know, showing you guys would be the best way for me to do that. So with that, take care you guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you again some other time. And who knows, you know, if we see this project sometime in the future, maybe I'll do a playthrough of it at some point. There's some really cool stuff they're going to implement. You know, they've got some stretch goals for towering bosses, kind of platform puzzle bosses, a la Shadow of the Colossus sort of an approach. Really neat things that I'm pretty excited to see if they can get to those points. So yeah, take care, you guys. Have a good day, and goodbye.